No.
Live. We're live.
See how
We're
easy that
live.
was?
Hey, John. So good to have you back, John.
We had to we had to put
I love it how when Americans try to speak in an Australian accent, they only come off as British.
Oh, I was doing the Beatles.
He was doing Liverpool.
I was doing a Liverpool
That is a
accent.
really
No,
good
he
British
was-
accent too.
My thing is,
Right.
when I try to do Australian, I actually do New Zealand because I was watching too much Flight of the Conchords. Like
Yeah,
Korg,
Lord of the Rings.
Korg from Ragnarok was like,
He has the best accent.
hey, I'm Korg. This is Mick. Would you like to get on a spaceship? We're gonna go find a new planet to snipe on.
It's the same accent, isn't it?
No,
Yeah, very different.
it's not.
You did not just say that.
It's like saying Texas and Indiana are the same accent.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I know that they're different,
For real. Yeah.
but I think Texas and New Zealand are the same accent, aren't they?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, John.
Howdy, ma'am.
Good day, ma'am.
Good day, ma'am.
Man.
Do they say good day in New Zealand?
I think Texans would get along real well in Australia. I have a feeling.
They
No.
would.
Yeah.
They would just tell everybody that everything is
they're
so much
doing it
bigger in
wrong.
Texas, and then Australians would just make fun of them and be mean.
It's like, you can fit 100 Texases in Australia.
And then we'd be just like, get out.
Y'all, I found the logo for the New Zealand Air Force. I'm going to show it whenever
Oh, okay.
whenever y'all are ready.
Juwan came in telling us about the New Zealand Air Force, and then something about Turkey was almost our national bird. Is that
Yeah.
true?
Yeah.
So every time there's a debate about your vote counts, one vote counts. It's one of those because apparently Adolf Hitler was voted in by one vote, and then we were almost speaking German. I knew that was another vote, right? That was one vote. It was between English and German of the national language, and then the last vote was between the turkey and the bald eagle. Should have had this talk last week, I think, July 4th.
Yeah.
But
Well-
yeah, I just want to hear that debate. I want to go back in time and hear that debate.
Yeah, absolutely.
The turkey is a far more regal bird than the
I
eagle.
was gonna say, no one can rival the nobility of the wild turkey.
Look at it freaking out in the corner, just like America.
He probably it'd be awesome if Ben Franklin drug it into the National Congress and he was like, it's just flapping and feathers are going.
Hold the turkey.
There was no more ardent protector of his homeland than the turkey.
Look at his majestic waddle.
Whoa! Oh my gosh.
Bird.
Everyone grab relatives you hate and gather round. Pay homage to the turkey.
That tells you how bad his idea was because Ben Franklin was like a master diplomat and he still couldn't convince everybody with the turkey. He met his match with that argument.
He could not talk his way into making the turkey the national bird.
Everybody's like, Ben, just sit down, buddy.
Just sit down, Ben.
It's clear.
Ben
He
goes
split
to
the vote,
children's
though.
table. That's-
He did split the vote. I forgot how that's one vote.
Well, let me talk to you about daylight savings time.
Oh! Here he goes again.
Would that mean we'd have the bald eagle for Thanksgiving then? Who's gonna stuff the eagle?
Was there a band called the Turkeys?
Probably.
There should have been.
That was a missed opportunity.
I'm going to take Jasmine backstage.
Yeah, you have to so we can properly introduce her.
We spoiled it, everybody. Sorry about the spoiling.
Spoil it. Sorry that we've tipped our hands. No,
I mean,
we've
it was
tipped
all-
our hands.
It was only on the description. But, you know.
Pay no attention to the description of the show that we put out.
Hey, while the credits are rolling, go invite a friend to stream this show
Yeah.
live. You gotta Stop typing, everyone. Go invite friends.
Everyone in the
It's
audience,
too late.
leave now.
It's
Hey,
too
welcome
late.
to SCQS. My name is John. JT up there to my top right. Underneath
High five.
him is
High
Juan Bonza DeVivo.
Bonza.
And then
Bonza.
Brian, make me a Slurpee April.
That's right.
We are glad that you are with us tonight. If this is your first time, boy, you picked a great time to be here.
I'll say.
We are going to be. This is going to be a huge show. I don't know
How
if
big?
I've. Well,
How huge?
I'm glad that you asked that question.
You say
And,
huge show?
Normally, yeah, I said huge show, and our producer is systematically getting ready to show you how huge the show is. Let me say, if this is representative of our typical show, this mastodon here, then tonight's show looks a little something like this.
Oh, it's gonna eat his soul.
I want to
Oh,
Right onto the insults.
Oh,
I want to hold it.
oh.
I want to
Actually,
hold
my wife
tonight's
has
show and
held-
cuddle it.
I got
Actually-
a picture of Melody holding a koala, and she is scared out of her mind. It's like the most mellow animal on the planet, but it's got talons. When it
Oh,
gets
yeah.
on you, it,
Yeah.
it latches on. And she's like,
1,100 people every year are killed by koalas. So
"What?
Wow.
No!"
I just made that up.
Wow.
Didn't you
They
ever
jump
heard
off
those,
of the.
those little pencil clippers of the koala? You just like squeeze it and the arms open and you close it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are so cool.
Yeah, and if you ever put that on your finger, it would like crush your finger. Like those things were.
That's why they latch that onto their jugular. That's
right.
a joke, and they're like, "Oh gosh."
Yeah.
They're not
Who
even
knows?
bears. They're not even bears. They call them koala bears. They're marsupials, right?
Right.
But koala bear sounds cooler than koala marsupials.
Yeah,
Just
you're
say
right.
koala.
It does. Yeah, it does sound better.
Natives say
They
koala.
sleep about what, 22,
Yeah.
23 hours a day. So
Wow.
Yep.
they do
Yep,
legitimately.
there's eucalyptus. They get high on eucalyptus, and they're
So they're
just
basically
stoners.
they're the comedians of the animal world.
Exactly.
What I thought was funny when they were telling us koala facts, they're like, the koalas were almost extinct. And I'm like, well, they're basically falling out of the trees. It's just like people could just pluck. You guys want koala for dinner? I guess that's what we're having.
Are you thinking of koalas or sloth?
Oh, well, see, where the sloths are mostly South America, right?
Yeah,
Koalas are
from what I understand.
exclusively.
Can you imagine being mauled by a koala? What that would be?
Or a sloth.
You'd have to be.
To be mauled by a sloth. Just, oh no, it's gonna get me. Look out.
Oh, yeah, there we go. There's a sloth. Hitting the subscribe button. I read a thing. I read an article while Brian reacts to the sloth attack.
It depends on what kind of pot you're smoking, I guess. If you get mauled by a sloth.
I read an article that the sloth, when they are in South America, when they fall into the river, if they fall out of a tree, as they sometimes do, because what they will do is they're so slow that they will have their hand, and they will reach over and grab their arm instead of a branch, and that hand and fall out of the tree.
The other
And when they do that, when they fall into the water, it takes them an hour to drown. That's how slow their metabolism is. So
if you're ever in a life and death struggle with a sloth, drowning is not the way to go.
That
do
needs to
not
be
try
in a
to
movie.
drag him underwater.
Yeah.
No.
That needs to be in a movie. Attacked
Yep.
by sloth. Chased by sloth. Just like a
Oh yeah.
what is a group of sloth called? Are they, is it like a I don't know.
Lump,
Yeah, like a slump of
a
sloth.
crawl. Yeah.
Yep.
Is it me that's out, or is it John and?
John and JT.
It's
JT's
just us. JT's back.
It's just us.
Did I go out?
You're in and out.
Really? Okay.
I
At least
like
on my
that's
screen.
a nice face that John's frozen on. Though. Oh,
It
he's
is.
gone.
He was attacked by sloth. A sloth. So
You know, you speak of the sloth, and he shall appear.
that's right. Death by sloth.
So that's where we left off again. Oh, here we go.
So is there a would you rather question with sloths that you could come up with?
John looks like it's a 1980s like yearbook picture right now.
Yeah,
Just all
yeah.
faded. And
Or a David Byrne video from the early MTV days.
You
I
ever
lo-
ask yourself, Where did John Branyan go? You may ask
Same as it
yourself,
ever was.
don't they have internet in Indiana?
And you may find yourself waiting for him to return.
JT, you're glitching too, man.
I'm glitching too.
I
Wow.
think. Unless it's just
Yeah. No, it's not just you.
me. All right. Well, I'm busy writing my sloth script now.
I literally don't know if I'm
You're back. Well, you were. And now you're oh, now you're back. Okay, you're back. You're back.
Yes.
See, everything is fine on my end. And so, like, all of a sudden, you guys just start saying, oh, that's a nice face that John is frozen with. Everything's fine. I can hear
Just
everything
looking
that you're
around.
saying. Yeah.
Brandon, you're back.
All right. So, apparently, we better get the show on the road because it looks like I'm going to be out. So, we need to get a shout out to our clickers of
Yes.
the week. JT.
Some people like to walk around in nothing but their knickers. We love that too, but most of all, we're crazy about the clickers.
This week, clickers of the week in no particular order are what?
You were frozen. Sorry, but you were talking. The audio still came through, so it was like a still picture with the audio.
We in no particular order. Pay no attention to the man in the upper left-hand corner. Are
Ron
Avery.
Really get that.
And
Sydney Fry. Yeah.
thank you so much for your support, Ron
Flawless
and
coordination.
Cindy. We deeply appreciate it. If you too would like to have us mispronounce your name during a live show, go to johnbrandon.com and become a Comedy Click member. Not only do you get the chance to maybe have your name butchered, but you can join our AFERT party, which takes place after the show. Yay! You can join our Telegram group where we have all sorts of theological and stupid conversations.
Yeah. Has it gotten theological?
Yeah, it
Missed
has.
that one.
It has.
That's cool.
And so all of that is available to you for the price of just a couple clicks. All right. We are super jazzed about having Jasmine back on because every time she comes onto the show, it goes in unpredictable directions and mostly we learn things. We have Jasmine come on because she is our international connection to culture. And
It's really the only way to get here.
Right. When Jasmine's not on, then the closest thing we have to culture is Juwan. So you see what I'm driving at. So ladies and gentlemen, put your emojis together and welcome back to SCQS, Jasmine Ruigrok.
Hey.
All right. Jasmine,
Muted.
here's the thing that I want to make sure everybody understands about Jasmine, because I was shocked, I tell you, to find out that she has never seen the movie Quigley Down Under.
It may be outlawed
It might
in
be.
Australia.
There's nothing quite like coming on this show and having such a praised up introduction and then have such a come down like a roast. Right.
We're so glad to have you here.
Welcome.
We just treat you like one of the family. Not an elbow call. All right.
Yeah.
So next time she comes on, she is going to have watched the movie so that she can give us an accurate review about whether or not it's correct. So that's all. That's all I'm saying.
A scene by scene
all.
appraisal of what's true and what's not true.
Right.
Just one shot.
Scene by scene, line by line, every single.
At
Yep.
minute 42 and 35 seconds.
Well,
Another description.
yeah. At this
Has-
point, minute 53 and 16 second, they said this word and they pronounced it
Yeah.
wrong. They should have pronounced it like
Clearly
pronounce it like
American.
people-
We want notes. We'll just get like a
I feel like
stenographer
I
for
was
you.
just taking notes. I'll come back and be like, I have a few notes, and just like hold it up and just like
They pronounced it like a New Zealander, and that's totally wrong. Did we talk about that before?
I have seen Crocodile Dundee.
It's required by law, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's right. They have spot checks to make sure you have it on DVD.
Is it swooping season right now,
It
Jasmine?
is not. It is not swooping season. That will be probably November.
Oh.
Plenty of time.
What is swooping season?
Oh, JT has so much to learn.
We should have sent him back to watch previous episodes.
We don't happen to have those slides, do we?
No, not
That was
anymore.
like weird news once. Yeah, like a year ago.
So, JT, tell him. Yeah, tell him what swooping season is because he won't believe us, and it'll be fun to watch his face.
We have birds called magpies. They're black and white, kind of friendly birds, except for one season, and it's magpie mating season. And they will swoop any intruders that come their way, and they are quite savage. They will draw blood, and they're relentless. And so often Australians will wear ice cream buckets on their heads when they're riding their bike to keep the magpies away, or they have zip ties tied to their helmets. I don't know if you call them zip ties, but it's to keep them from dive bombing you and hitting you with their very sharp beak.
That's fantastic.
Oh, it's more than you could imagine.
There's got to be videos floating around out there of people getting attacked.
I feel like it's worth saving up for a plane ticket.
Yeah.
Just to go over there and dress up, like cosplay into swooping season.
Yeah, there must be some sort of like swooping con.
There's got to be there's got to be a contest on who's got the best.
Oh, we got to buy that web domain, SwoopCon.
Yeah.
SwoopCon. Welcome to SwoopCon 2022.
That's right. I'm Magpie Man.
Yeah, we definitely
magpies.
We definitely need to spend a lot of cash on SwoopCon because we're rolling in cash here.
That'll be the follow-up to Vacay with the comics. We'll be SwoopCon. We're going to do a...
Does the internet take checks?
All of our other ideas are paying off so mightily.
I can't even sit straight. My wallet's so fat.
Yeah. So Jasmine is going to teach us how to speak Australian as she always does, and so I'm going to turn it over to you, Jasmine, because I'm probably going to get knocked offline in a second here. So,
awesome. Okay, so I thought I'd start with slides because getting you guys to guess images can be an awful lot. And then I also get the chance to hear what you call them, if by any chance you call them things differently. So it's a two-way street here, guys. We want to share the learning around. Not want to be selfish. So I've picked a couple of things that we call, I think, differently to what you call them. And if the awesome producer can go to the first slide, we can get started. Oh, my favorite first.
So we're guessing the Australian word for this.
You can say what they are, and I'll tell you if I think you're accurate. But what we call them as well.
I want to call those sweaties. They're sweaties.
Jimmy Johns. Put on your Jimmy Johns pants. They're definitely not trousers.
It says pants.
There are specific type of pants. I think you guys call them this.
Dacks? Would they be Dacks?
Grabbers.
Oh, close. Their full name, I
grabbers.
think, is tracksuit pants.
Tracksuit pants?
That's not what we call them.
Okay.
Trackies. They call them trackies. Yeah. I remember from last time, you just shorten everything with the E's at the end of it. So like,
You get tricky.
Actually,
We
if
call them
Brian and John put their heads together, they'll figure this one out.
Oh, I said
Ooh.
Jimmy Johns.
they're
talking
Tracky
about-
Johns.
And then the other thing I said was ankle grabbers. Hankies.
How could you call? How would you call that an ankle grabber?
They grab your ankles, John.
Yeah, they got the elastic at the bottom.
They're more than anklets. Gosh.
Foot chokers.
Why wouldn't you call them thigh grabbers?
Waist and ankle
grabbers.
grabbers.
loose around the thighs.
Yeah, you really got to get off the ankle tangent, guys. It's just not. It's just not.
Sorry.
So I didn't hear what JT and Juwan said.
I said Dax, but I was wrong.
Yeah, it was
Dax.
JT. So JT and Brian put their heads together. They'll get this.
Dax.
Dax,
Track Dax.
Oh, he's so close.
Sweat
Track
Dax.
Jimmy,
think
street,
you're going with sweat.
street Dax.
Dax Slacks. Dax
Track,
Slacks.
track,
Slack.
You're close. You both said the two words at the same time, like at different points.
Slacky Dax.
Slack.
They're known as Tracky Dax.
Slacky
Tracky
Dax.
Tracky.
You got the
Tracky
spell.
Dax.
You got the
I said
spelling on
Tracky
that?
Dax.
That's it. Did you
Tracky
say
Dax.
that, JT?
I did say that.
I didn't
You
hear.
said-
I didn't hear both words. So there you go. JT's got it.
JT has
You didn't say it in the
traveled.
form of a question, JT.
I left
so
the Y
I'm
off.
sorry.
Okay.
Oh.
I said Track Dax. I left the Y off, so I wasn't
Ah.
exactly right.
That was close.
Tracky Dax. What's the spelling?
CKS.
Trex. No, Tracky Dax.
Even the producer's like, I don't speak
I-
Australian.
I-
You know what? Guys,
Dax.
Olivia
put it in
Olivia
there.
is in the comments. She's there to support us.
Tracky Dax.
What
No,
all
she's there to
Tracky Dax?
verify that I do the right thing.
There we go. Tracky Dax.
I'm
gonna-
buying Tracky Dax.
Gonna walk my Tracky Dax.
No one
I'm
drops
gonna-
the Y though. That has to have the Y on the end.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slip into me Tracky Dax and take a walkabout.
Oh, it's been that kind of day. Has it been that kind of day, John? You
It's
put
been a
on the Tracky Dax.
Tracky Dax day.
It's just a rough day. You go
What's
home
that?
and put on your Tracky Dax.
That's an igloo.
You guys
Yeah.
called it
Yeah.
cooler, I
Cooler.
believe. Yeah.
Cooler.
It's a cooler.
Yeah, not a lot of thought went in that. What does this thing do? Like, he's a cooler.
Keeps it cooler.
Then
Anyone can
outside.
pick the New Zealand word for this. There can be extra points. Extra
Oh,
non-points.
Okay.
Oh,
I was
that is
hoping you'd ask about the New Zealand word.
That is a bevy carry.
A bevy carry.
Yeah.
It's my
Carry your
food purse.
bevies. Carry your
Hey.
bevies in it.
It's for when you put in, you get your cold cuts and you put them in the food purse.
You could call it. You could call
Yeah,
it
put
a
on the
camp.
lid.
You could call it a camp dunny.
Grab the lid in my food purse
It's a,
Haven't heard that one before, JT, but
bucket.
it's a tracky cooler.
We were wrong. So it's not a cooler, but let's see. A Trekkie. There's no way I would have gotten Tracky Dax. I wouldn't have accidentally stumbled into Tracky
10
Dax.
liter, my 10 liter
most people don't stumble into Tracky Dax, John. You actually have to put some thought into putting those on.
a vittle bucket.
Well, I'm. Is it? If you put warm stuff in, it'll keep it warm. Is it called a warmer? Oh, a
No,
warmer?
but I like the use of like the opposite thing that we do. So
Yeah.
props for that, but no.
Icy
yeah.
holdery.
Holdery thing.
Do you remember us
Lunch
Your lunchabout, that's great.
A bread
That's what you do when you go
Yeah,
walk for lunch. You go on a lunchabout.
lunch about.
Hey, yeah, you guys want to go on a lunchabout?
Hey, grab a lunch
Hey, you Jackman, you just invited me on a lunch about.
Could you call it a stubby cubby?
I think it's what was that?
A stubby cubby? Could you call it that?
Oh no, but that was pretty good. We actually call it by its brand name, which isn't. I was really mean
It's
and didn't
not on
pick
there.
the brand. Yeah, I didn't pick the right brand because
Willow.
Willow.
Her name is Alora Dannon. She's just a baby.
I think it's just me and Brian on that one.
Yeah, 3 people know that reference. Okay.
A food seat.
Food seat.
we call them Eskies. It's an
Ah.
Esky.
Eskies.
Okay.
It's an Eskimo, isn't it?
The brand is called Esky.
Oh, the
And-
brand is Esky. Okay.
Yeah, and if the brand is Esky, and we call them Eskies. I don't think anybody doesn't call them Esky if you're not New Zealander.
What's the ad campaign? It's like, take them out on your boat because Eskies float.
Your sister says if you're a Kiwi, then you call it a Chelly Ben.
Jelly bean. Chili bean.
Really good.
Chili bean.
You stole my thunder. Yes,
I put all me-
chili bean.
Chili
Put all
bean.
my him.
Chili
Put
bean.
all my
If you
him in
say
the
it-
chili
if you say
bean.
it with those
Chili bean.
say with
Chili bean.
these instead of eyes, you'll say
Yeah,
it in the
yeah.
right accent.
A Chili Bin.
I love
Chili
it.
bean. Chili
Then-
bean.
That's what I'm going to start calling it.
He puts
Me
all
too.
I put the ice.
That's so much funner than cooler.
Jesus.
Yeah. Would you put the ice in the chili bin?
The ice on the chili.
What? What's that?
You put the
A
ice
chili
in the
bin.
chili bin.
Esky's pretty cool too, though. I
Yeah,
like
Esky
as well.
is way cooler than cooler.
Some,
I could be
some ice in
wrong.
the Esky.
I could be wrong, but I've heard some Americans call this different to what we do. So
Well, we call them
Clothespins
clothespins.
okay, yes, you do.
or
Yes, I said the S's.
Pinchers.
Alligator gator clips. Puts up the clothes with the gator clips.
Oh, Joanne, I love how you just over Australian.
The clamps. I get the clamps. Put up the clothes.
He's gone
Clothes
Scottish,
clamps.
Clamps.
Clothes
Clothes
clamps.
clamps.
Clothes
gonna-
clamps.
Australian Scottish.
Get the tricky decks. Put up the tricky decks. Grab the clamps and put up the tricky decks. Are soaking wet. It's the only way we're gonna get them dry.
Get me a coat while you're at it.
Pinchy. I like pinchy
Pinchy
hangers.
hangers.
Pinchy hangers. Is that right? That looks
Oh,
right.
mate,
Pinchy
that was
hangers
just a
looks right.
Butchery of Australian and New Zealand accents. So good.
I tell you, they get messed up. I like them both. I like them both too much.
You guys have got to think a little simpler.
Simpler.
Mm.
Okay.
Spring
Let's
clips.
see.
That's not
Clothes
bad.
hanger. Pincher.
Line grabbers.
Line grabbers.
It's I was gonna
That's
say,
simpler.
it's like
Pinchers.
three letters, guys. 3 letters, short, small,
Oh, jeez. Pin.
Pinches.
Pin.
close.
It's not
A pin.
Pin.
No,
A pen. A cat. A dog.
You went all 3 other words.
going through and counting the
Pot.
letters. Wait, that's got 4 letters.
Bin.
A pan.
By. Lit.
And
Bug.
A pop.
Ooh. That looks
They're
right.
pegs.
Ah,
Pegs.
Peggy.
square pegs.
Pigs.
Pig.
Pegs.
Pig.
Pigs.
Pig that closed the line. Pig.
We should have gotten that. We should have gotten pegs.
Yeah,
Wife's-
We were just starting from the beginning of the alphabet.
Your wife's
first.
name's Peggy. That's really confusing. Pig. Pig, give me a pig.
Yeah, don't
Peg
tell her to hold
clothes.
up the clothes because that will really make her angry.
Peg. I got a chili bin full of pegs.
I go
Ooh,
dry the
pigs.
clothes. She'll hang up the laundry. What?
not
Peg.
pigs. Not pigs.
No pigs. It's not a pig. It's a peg.
That is a New Zealand accent thing. You're like,
Yes,
pig.
you're right. If it was,
Pig.
you would say pig. Pig.
Well, how do you know?
I
Pigs.
feel like I need to invite my Kiwi friends on here because
Yeah.
I don't think I'm doing them a very good service as an Aussie.
You can't do a good New Zealand accent?
I can if I'm quoting Korg.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
tried to
Cool.
start a revolution, but I ran out of pamphlets.
Yeah. Deep on your-
Well, we could have some Kiwis come on and defend themselves if they.
I'll talk to my people. You talk to your people.
All right. You have more people than I do.
Yeah, Lou.
A little.
Oh yeah, is it Lou?
We
Lou.
do use
Lou.
Lou.
That's a dunny.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We got
What?
that.
I
JT,
couldn't
well
even have
done.
fun with it. Yeah, you got 2 points, I think. Didn't you say track?
A
Tracky?
labby.
I know it's a
Maybe.
track. I didn't say
I
track.
think
Maybe.
JT's
Flusher.
got insider knowledge. He's got someone on the inside.
Yeah.
I think.
He's already got it.
It's Alexa.
What did you call it? A gunny? A Dougie? A
A
gunny?
dunny. A
Dunny.
dunny.
Honey.
Which
Hmm.
sounds a lot like what goes on in there.
Gunny.
Dunny or Dungy?
Dunny. Dungy.
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 Come on, Dungy.
The rejected Shrek title.
Point me
Shrek
to
name.
the Dungy.
That'll do, Dungy.
A dunny.
need
That'll
to
do.
There it is.
Point me to the
You can't use
Dungy.
that. The Australians
you-
won't let it go.
Are you dunny? You done eat? How did you know that, JT?
Uh,
He's traveled. What?
I have an Australian glossary.
Oh.
Yes.
Is it?
I didn't
That's-
know
I
there
don't
was,
know whether to
would be
frown
clues.
upon you for cheating or whether to award you for being prepared.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
If it's a book, I would allow it, but if
Yeah.
it's on the internet, if you had a big like Webster's dictionary size, you're like flipping through then I'd give it to
Yeah, well, I was this close to getting the Aussie Bible and reading you a Bible story.
Oh wow, that would be cool.
you.
Maybe
Could you
next
be,
time.
could you be closer?
Oh, I so want to hear the Aussie Bible.
Do we got a
it's
story you
pretty
want to hear? I want to hear the king of Moab next time the judges. That's the story I want to hear.
That's a speeder.
Sorry.
First one out of the bat every time. I'm like, it's just so far removed from what I thought your first guess would be.
It's a speeder.
Okay, so
you get
we
it
just
right?
call it a bike.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
just with
Or
this
bicycle, yeah.
Australian accent. Then if I just said bike,
That's close enough.
oh, soccer,
But there is another word we use for it.
Cycle.
A roller.
wheelie,
A roller,
Wheelie
a
is what you
peddler.
call it.
paddler.
That's another rejected Batman
Oh,
villain.
peddler.
The peddler.
My seat's
Spokey.
too high on the peddler.
Peddler has
How do you
the
take the seat
connotation
down?
of what we would call it.
connotation.
The meaning is close, but not quite.
Spinner. There's a spin class is the okay. Good.
Push
She's already
your
shaking her
foot
head.
so you move forward. Cycle.
Mm.
Vehicle.
It's kind of what you would call it if it was a kid's bike and it didn't have pedals.
A trikey.
A trainer.
Scooter.
No, okay, that didn't help at all.
A pusher.
Oh, John,
push-
John, follow that.
A pusher.
Push me, pull you.
Push.
That's
Push.
already
A foot pusher. A push
No!
foot. A push wheeler.
Push pedal. A push pedal.
A push and shove. A push.
It's so close.
A push and poke. A push bin. A chili push bin.
pedal pusher.
We call him a push bike,
Push bike.
A push
and if you want to shorten it, it's just a pushy.
A pushy.
A pushy.
Did it all for the pushy. The winner.
Fell right on my
Take
pushy.
it
You gotta watch out when the cars pull out and you fall down on your pushy.
Push bike.
A
That
push
hurts.
bike.
That you pedal.
Why?
You don't push it, you pedal it.
Why would you call it a push bike? Why would you? What's
I think
wrong
it's
with you?
I think it's because you push your feet down on the pedals.
Push it down.
So it's a push bike. It's not a motorbike.
So how
go.
do you
Okay.
so if you had to
Okay.
like push a car,
Would
would you just get there on your feet and just get on your back and just push with your feet?
Like
You push
fish
on the
on-
pedals.
That's what
It's a push
that's what
car.
pedals is for.
Pushy. It's a pushy.
It's a pushy.
I've got a
Just
flat.
jump on your pushy and just fang it to the next slide.
So what do you call the wheels? Are those called tires on your pushy? Or they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's a
That's a
it's not pushy. A quad
Yeah.
not push.
a pulley. That's a pulley. A flat pulley. Flat back pulley.
Flatbed. A flatbed.
A
Trucky.
Trucky. Everybody's just sticking a Y at the end of our
Pushy.
English word.
That's what
Carry.
we've learned through
Automobile.
3 or 4 appearances. Just put a Y. Shorten what it is and put a Y there, and you're
Put a
good.
Y at the end.
A Toyota.
Hard language to teach because you guys get a hold of like a key rule, and then the next slide is
Lord.
just like completely not that rule.
What?
You just apply it, and it's like no.
Papa lorry.
Oh, is it a lorry?
No, that was a good hack. That
That's-
was a good crack at it though.
English.
Her.
Nope.
Oh.
No.
Holy.
A glider.
I got in a
Alice
wreck.
Cooper.
I got in
I
a
like it.
wreck and I had to put my car on the Holly.
Holy.
We, do you guys call that a Lamborghini?
Catriona, you should know.
Mercedes?
We had this conversation.
We did?
No,
It-
no, it's actually a 3-letter word.
Oh,
A 3-letter?
A pen.
Another one?
but
A
not
peg.
car.
A peg.
Peg.
Are you gonna
Peg.
put something up here and just it's gonna be like car?
Is that what you guys
No.
We
want?
call it a
That
car.
would have
It's
been
like
funny.
you guys.
But no, this is we
We'll pull a
call
John Brandon on
those
this.
cars here. We don't pronounce
Right.
the R because we're Australian. But
Touche.
this is a particular kind of vehicle.
It's called a rat.
Yes, Josiah got it.
A ute?
Yes.
Whoa! Oh, like utility.
Oh, you know what?
Yes.
That was in a
Yeah.
crossword puzzle I did recently, and I didn't know what that meant.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed you do Australian
feel so
crossword puzzles,
foolish.
JT.
Yeah.
Are you,
A ute.
you download Australian crossword puzzles?
No,
It's another level.
They're
It was
upside
just
down.
a regular one.
I do
But it didn't say
Hungarian.
anything about Australian. It just said another word for a truck.
I do like Russian
Oh.
crossword puzzles.
JT, I'm so impressed. You're so prepared, even though you don't.
I didn't even know it.
A ute.
You,
The two Utes.
Hey, the two
we got-
utes.
We crashed the Utes.
Hey,
Alrighty,
what,
I think I've got one more.
Oh,
Yeah, you'd
One
almost
more.
sounds
that's it.
northeastern.
Petrol.
Hmm.
That's the petrol station.
Yeah.
I know my foreign gas
Bob.
station.
I think it's a
It
petrol
is
station E.
We
That's
don't.
just called the Shell Station. Just
You don't
the
call it
brand.
that?
The
A gassy.
We don't call it
Shelly,
by brand. I
Go down
I feel
with
sorry.
Shelly.
Sorry, but no. Again, we're breaking our own rules here. We don't call it by the brand, unless it's a BP. We'll call it a BP.
Oh, BP.
Um,
Fueler. Let's go down the
It's a
fueler.
fuelie.
Fueler.
It's a fuelie.
Fuela.
I like
Hello,
Russ's.
Ruffy.
I like Russ's guess.
What? I didn't
Russ
see it.
Noonan. You got to put it up, producer. What Russ?
Oh,
what
gas
Russ
hole.
Noonan?
The gas hole.
You got to pull your ute into the gas hole.
That does not sound right in any language.
I am so sorry. I didn't think of that myself.
Gas hole.
I'm gonna buy a gas station and call
That's
it
the
that.
that's
That
the
is-
Boston accent.
Yeah.
Stop and fill your car.
Luke's solution is just to spell everything phonetically. Stab and fumy.
I will give you a hint that the full name, kind of like how the full name for the vehicle was a utility vehicle, and we shortened it to Ute. The full name that we would call these would be a service station.
Serby.
Close.
No, that's what the. Never mind.
Servo.
Yes.
What?
Yes, it said
Servo.
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 Here's what I feel like's
Servo.
been happening
Servo.
this whole time. I feel like JT knows the answer right off.
Yeah.
He's just letting everybody squirm
Yep.
until he gets desperate. Then he goes, "I know the answer."
I think JT has
Servo.
more friends in Australia than going on.
Tom Servo.
JT is like the producer of Jeopardy. You know, everyone else guesses.
He's got the blue
Judges.
cards.
Mhm. Oh my gosh. Well, the servo is something totally different over here. A servo
Yes,
is
I found that out because I Google imaged it and looked for servo, and I had all these little electronics
Yeah.
come up, and I'm like, yeah, that's not what I'm
Right,
after.
yeah.
But then if I put Aussie on the end of it, then
Yep.
all the fuel stations come up.
Yep.
And
So that
boom.
should tell you what the normal way to say things is. Google.
That would be a very quick way to find out, like whatever we'd call it. Just write in the word and then
Trekkie
write
dicks.
Aussie at the end, and then you find out.
well, it was.
so-
Yeah. How'd we do?
I had one
Did we
thing
keep
that
score?
I didn't keep score, but I think JT won.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it.
He
Sure,
gets all
just-
the consistent points.
Just give it to the new guy.
I will say that
I
tracky
have
dax is the
one
way to
really
say sweatpants.
important Australian phrase that I want to teach you guys, and I'll let you try and guess the context that we would use it in. But this is very difficult to explain, and I've had
dodgy.
friends
He's late.
I've had friends that have had international friends come over and spend time with them for a while in Australia, and it took them a long time to figure out the context of the way to use it. And the phrase or the name is old mate. I'll write it
Okay,
down.
I'm gonna have to see.
All right.
Old mate. Old
right.
mate.
She's sending it to the producer.
Is
So
I
the
have
it all?
producer can put it up
We
on
need to
the.
tell you
Yeah.
what that means.
Yeah, the less
Old
context, the
mate.
better.
Old mate. It's
Old
not-
mate.
Old friend.
Yeah.
Where do you
Mate.
think
Old mate.
this is a
Oh
fairly
my.
common one in Australia, and we use it in specific contexts, and it does mean something. So where
Best friend.
do you think we would use that phrase, or how we would use that phrase, or
Oh my.
whatever?
My
It's
wife.
like, I would say, yeah, it's for like a best friend.
It's your wife.
Old mate.
I was talking to
that's
the old
too-
mate last night.
That's too easy.
She told me,
It is too easy, yeah.
The old mate. I'm going to say the old mate is the last pair of shoes that you had before you bought your new ones.
It's pretty good. It's like
No.
I had to throw the old
No.
mate away.
You
It
know,
does refer to a person.
It does refer to a person.
Mhm.
Your old mate. Your old mate.
How would you-
Mother. I'm gonna say it's a
No.
mother.
Mother.
Oh, Julia,
Someone you don't know their name.
Oh.
pretty good.
Is
So
that right?
I actually went to Urban Dictionary because I wanted to see if anybody knew how to do it. Urban Dictionary said it's a brilliant Australian invention used to refer to someone that you are somehow connected with but don't personally know.
Oh,
So if
Okay.
it has to be somebody you're connected with.
Like
But-
Kevin Bacon.
like a Facebook friend.
Mhm.
Yes, but you often use it if it's somebody you don't know or somebody that you're referring to. So if I was in a shopping center and I didn't know where an item was, and someone pointed out like a desk clerk or something, you would use the phrase, "Go and ask old mate over there." That's
Okay.
somebody to connect with. Or if you're talking to somebody, a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to old mate, someone you don't want to actually refer to their name or you don't know their name, then it's old mate.
Okay. My dude.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, probably very, very similar. I wasn't sure what you guys had
Homeboy,
used.
yeah.
Like I was like pal or
What?
buddy,
Yeah. You can do
Like if-
homeboy. Go talk to homeboy over there.
Partner.
Right.
homeboy. Yeah,
Man, I just
I was
talked to
wondering-
that Joker over there.
what was that?
I don't know. JT's having troubles. Try it again, JT. You got
Well,
Gerbil.
I just said I've heard people use Joker. Like I just talked to the Joker
Oh.
over here, and he said,
Ah,
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
southern thing.
Yeah.
"Yeah,
Mhm.
I
You ever
would like
old-
to be offensive if you said that here.
You ever
Yeah.
old mate somebody that thought they were a good friend of yours, and you're just like stranger?
Yeah, you wouldn't
Okay.
use it for a good friend.
Well, like if they thought they were a better friend than you did,
And then
they
you use
found
that
out.
to-
Yeah.
Australian people walk out
Yeah.
in flip flops.
Old mate. She just called me old mate.
I thought we
We've
were
been-
close.
Known you for
You cook
20
some
years.
food anyway.
Old mate down the
Oh,
road.
wait, down the road.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
like
my
that
God.
because it has kind of a warmth and familiarity to it. I'm not talking to that stranger. It's better than that dude. It's like it's
Yes,
old
it
mate.
is
It's an old
warmer.
mate. It's an old
Mm.
mate.
Less
mine.
insulting than Joker, like those Southerners.
yeah."
But it was interesting talking to a friend of mine trying to introduce his American friend to this, because every time they walk down the street, they'd bump into somebody, or he'd talk to somebody at the desk clerk or the checkout person, and he'd walk away and he'd say to his friend, "Was that old mate? Is that the old mate you're referring to?" He's like, no, that's not how it works.
He's
Like
old
he's
mate
got
now.
a name tag that says old mate.
Yeah,
Everybody's old mate now.
yeah,
He's
for
old
me,
mate now.
just substitute homeboy and you're good.
Bro.
Homeboy over there. Or
All right.
Everybody's an old mate to somebody.
Old
Do
mate.
we have time to go through a couple of phrases?
Yes.
Awesome. All right.
Plenty of time.
I'm gonna have pity on the producer and write a couple of these in. All right, the first one.
Hey, Brian, make your keyboard sounds.
Clickety clack.
If I was to say to you that I'm flat out like a lizard drinking, what would that mean?
Flat out like a
You're
lizard.
really
drink.
tired.
Lizard
Flat out
drinking?
like a lizard drinking. Well, I'm flat out like a lizard drinking.
So you're exhausted or dehydrated because they don't drink.
Mm.
I was gonna say when you're on the beach. You're
What do you mean they don't drink? What's the matter with you?
getting a tan
Well, they don't drink a lot.
on the beach. That's very New Zealand.
The lizards
I'm gonna
don't
throw
drink.
on some sunblock
They have-
and get flat out like a lizard
You
drink.
haven't heard of LA Lizards Anonymous?
Lizards Anonymous.
Lizards
Two
Anonymous.
jokes at once.
Hot.
Does it mean hot? Does it mean you're hot?
Would it mean
No,
you're running
no.
really fast? Is it you're running
No,
really
it doesn't
fast?
mean
No.
you're- No, it doesn't mean thirsty.
Doesn't mean thirsty. It doesn't mean
No.
drunk either.
Oh,
It's like a lizard.
somebody
drink.
punches you when they lay you out.
Like a lizard.
You get punched in
drinking.
a fight. They laid me
Nope.
out flat like a lizard drinking. Crap.
No, let's say I'm
I
trying to
haven't got
picture.
anyone right.
I'm trying to picture lizards drinking and what they look like, and so yeah. So maybe you're licking your lips.
You're going all
Is
out.
that
You're
it?
like exerting max effort.
Oh,
I'm so
oh,
dehydrated.
Brian,
Yeah.
say that again.
You're going all out, like exerting a lot of effort, max effort.
Oh, is that it?
Flat
I'm
out.
gonna,
Right.
I'm gonna give that to Brian.
Yay!
Well, flat
Good.
out. That means you're like at top speed and
Yes, that's it.
you're really busy. So if you've ever, I
Ah.
believe if you watch a lizard drinking, like it's really fast.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's really
Yeah.
fast. So if you're flat out like a lizard
Did
drinking,
you?
I was in the ballpark.
Yeah. So
That was in the ballpark like a lizard drinking.
I was.
it's
Brian,
like
Like a
Don't
lizard
do
smoking a pipe.
Oh, I'm
I was in the ballpark, like a lizard smoking a pipe.
it's like you'd say
Real
you're like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rockers.
Yep.
wait, can I get that again?
It's like kind of like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rockers.
That's not.
I don't think it's related to
That's
that.
basically
No.
nervous, though, isn't
That's
it? You're
nervous.
nervous as a
So would
room.
it be like a one-legged man in a butt kicking contest?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the one.
Okay.
I've
right.
never heard that before. That's
busier than a one-armed paper hanger.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
I've heard that one before. Yep. A bricklayer, one-arm bricklayer. That's
One-armed
the-
bricklayer.
we
A
get that
a one-legged pushback.
Pushy.
One-legged
One-legged
centipede.
pushy rider.
one-legged pushy rider.
With wearing tracky dacks.
All right on you, pushy.
Everything we learned, all in one sentence.
That's great. That's fantastic.
We nailed that one.
Okay, the word fang. So if you're going to fang something or take it for a fang, what does that mean?
Throw it away.
See, I thought you were gonna. I thought it was eating, like biting it when you said fang.
You used it earlier, and I don't remember the context.
Yes,
she
I
did
did
use
use
it earlier.
She
and I was
did
like,
use it
"Oh."
before. Now I feel dumb.
And I
the other one,
totally
take it out
understood
for
what
a
she
fang.
said. Yeah.
Move it out of the way.
Take it for a.
Take it full fang.
Take it.
Have you taken it for a fang? Have you?
Hey.
It was over by
What do you-
Does it have anything? Does it have
You
anything to
take
do
me
with
for a
Dracula?
fang? You take it
Say
for
that again,
It was
JK.
something
Does
about.
it have anything to do with Dracula?
No, not at all.
Was it the? Was
Oh,
it
that's when
the
you
cooler?
throw it. It's when you throw it. I'm gonna fang the boomerang. It's just gonna
Run was
go
close.
right out. Oh, what'd you say?
Run was close.
to be reckless.
N-
I'm gonna run.
Take it out for a spin.
Oh,
The real esky, a drive,
A drive.
a joyride,
yes,
Okay.
yes.
a
Yep,
test
How
drive.
is fang related?
Look at
I
them.
don't actually know.
What's the etymology?
I will do my research and find out where. So if you get in a vehicle and you want to take it for a fang, you're taking it for a test drive, and you're going to. I was going to say flog it, and that's another phrase.
I was gonna say like burn out, right? Like make the tires spin.
Take
On
it
gonna
it.
go
for
take
a
it for a
fang,
spin.
and if you fang it, you put your foot down, and so you want to go really fast. So
No.
I guess you would say throttle it. Would you say throttle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that would work.
Floor it.
Floor
Or
it.
you could
Yeah,
say
sorry.
you could say
So
take it
fang
for a
it, floor it.
fang and go flat out like a lizard drinking.
Yeah.
You could.
Take it out for a fang.
Yeah.
Take your pushy for a fang with your tracky dacks on, guys. Fang
Don't
it,
wanna
fang
go
it up
without
to the
those.
servo. Fang it up to the servo and buy a Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, that,
Understood
Flog it.
almost
Leave that one
everything.
for next time.
those words
All right.
just flew over my head and hit the back of the 7-Eleven. That's what they did, and I have no idea what just
They
happened.
knocked over the icy machine.
Next time I'm going to level up because I've shown you some pretty cool, like assuming that I get it next time. I'm just going to give you a sentence and tell you to explain to me what I said because there should be enough phrases in it you can connect the dots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
now.
All right. Here's another one.
Google Translate.
Gotta remember to put it in the chat.
JT's like, do it now. We're ready.
I think JT's had a little bit of practice. All right.
Yeah, he's
If I come a gutser, what have I done?
Gutser or
Gusser.
Guster?
You
Gus-
come a gutsa? Come a gutsa?
Come
Guster.
ready for
No,
a fight.
Gutser.
Gutser.
Come a guster.
You really
Gutsa.
cried a lot?
I'm gonna say you're
That's a
coming out at
geyser.
full force, like a gust of wind. Even though it's a gut, it says gutser, but
Come a
You
Gutser.
flew into a
Come
rage.
Gutser.
I
That's
come a
what That's
guster.
my guess. Come a Gutser.
Come.
You fly at somebody's stomach first. Like I was in that wrestling match, and I pushed up against the ropes, and I come a Gutser right at him, knocked him flat out like a lizard drinking. That's a good move. If I ever get accepted in the WWF, that's my move. Come
Yeah,
on.
it says it's a
Farted?
guster
Oh nope.
or a belch. Is come a guster? Is it to fall apart? Is to have a nervous breakdown?
You could focus on the breakdown part.
You do it the dunny.
Breakdown. Come a
no.
guster.
Was that the dunny?
like come
Come
apart
on,
as a
Gus.
seams
Gutser.
type of thing.
It could be in correlation with the pushy.
With the pushy.
Mm.
You're
Pushy.
going downhill and you lose control.
Yeah,
Are you
So
losing control?
You come unglued.
it's a crash.
Oh,
Come a guster.
Crash, or
Gutser.
you trip over and you fall down. And
Oh,
do
okay.
you have any idea how many other Australian words I had to dodge to try and say that? It's what happens when you stack it. Dang it, that's another one.
No, I don't say it. Stack it.
A
So stack
crash.
it, come a gutser. I was riding my pushy down the hill flat out, and then I come a gutser and I grabbed up.
That's great. That is awesome.
Someday I hope that it can roll off of my tongue like that. That would be.
You see a toddler, they're walking around and they trip over something and they lay on the ground. Oh, you come a gutser, did you?
Did
Yeah,
you?
you're okay.
Did you? Off the push, you have to pop it away.
You come a guster, did
That's like something you'd say to a kid when they like fell out of a tree just to make them feel better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or you just-
come a gutser? Yes, you did. You come a gutser.
Come a guster off the pushy.
You come
It's not. You got to make sure that the T comes first, though.
Gutsa.
Gutser.
That's it. Gutser.
Gutster.
Gutser.
Yeah. Actually, you can
Gutser.
probably pronounce it like this.
Gutser.
Yeah, some people
Yeah.
pronounce it guster.
I would
Yeah,
totally do that.
Those people are insane.
Right. The guster. Brian would do that.
I would totally do that. I would gutser.
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 All caps. All
Gotta
caps.
pronounce it
Gutser.
gutsa.
Come a gutser.
Yep. Gutser, stack it. Come a cropper is another one. I didn't think about
Cropper?
that.
Is
Come a
it
cropper.
different or is that
that's,
related?
I know that.
Chuckle
I know that.
wobbly.
Oh, you know that, Brian.
Ooh, I did localization for a while, and it was UK. It was they say that in UK as well, and I
Yeah, they would.
cannot remember for the life of me where come
Say
a
it again.
cropper is.
Oh,
It's
come.
Same
cropper.
thing, Brian. That's why I said it.
Oh, it's the same thing.
That's what I was asking.
I knew that. I totally knew that. I was just making sure that everybody
You
else,
were just testing, just
just
testing.
making sure that everyone else knew, so that you
Yeah.
all felt better about yourself today.
Gutsa should be on your battle cry.
Gutsa.
We need to have an Australian in Chubby Bruce who's always coming to Gutsa.
It is coming a
That'd be
Gutser.
great.
He's
Oh,
cool.
come a Gutser.
right.
If
another
Jasmine supplies the lines, we can certainly put a Australian in there.
We
How would
never
we
know
have-
what Outback Bob is saying.
Mhm.
All right. You guys know what a cactus is, but what does it mean in Australia?
A cactus.
Sticky situation.
It's when the cat latches onto you. You walk
It's
in the
when-
house and he just jumps at you. Oh, the cactus!
It's
Up
a
in the
cactus.
cactus.
It's when you get mauled by a koala bear.
Oh yeah. What's
No.
the usage? Can I have a usage?
You can have it in a sentence.
This won't help.
Yeah, it
No.
will. It might.
It'd be awesome.
No, with that attitude, it won't.
I would watch the TV, but the remote's cactus.
Lost.
It's in the couch.
Broken.
If anything's in the
Broken.
couch, it's broken.
Someone said broken.
Is that Brian?
There's Brian.
Well done,
Oh.
Brian.
It comes
That's
a cropper.
I was
That's what
like-
it means come a cropper.
This changes
It's in the
cactus.
couch. They have a word for something that's in the couch. It's
Cactus.
Busted. Yes.
Oh, my
busted.
pocket change is cactus. Oh,
It's
my pocket
cactus.
change.
I found an M&M cactus.
Oh, my
It
candy is
doesn't mean
cactus.
missing. It means broken. So, please,
That's why.
cactus.
That's why we don't remember these things. Is because
Yeah.
we're not paying attention to the proper definition of these things.
Yeah, we just go on with our own. And she's like, no, that's not what it means
Nope,
at
she's
all.
like, no, you're ruining my language. Please stop.
What? Be kaput.
Kaput.
That's what that's
Yep, I can see
Yeah.
that. Yep,
Kiss
if it's
kaput.
cactus,
In
and
English,
if
it would
it,
mean in the couch.
Mhm.
it means it's no, no.
No.
Listen to teacher.
Calling
Yeah.
it a cactus would be very weird.
Oh, what's Australian for grandma? What's a common word for grandma? Just grandma.
Grandma.
Yeah, do
No.
you have a
Grammy.
cactus hip? Like, just
If your
Oh,
hip is
my
You go
hip
to the
is
doctor?
cactus. Oh, look at my
I'm
hip.
sorry,
cactus.
Joanne,
Probably
you got a
referred
cactus
to
hip.
Oh, it won't
No,
even
actually,
move.
no, you would use the word bung in that sense. So
Ah, my
if-
hip is bung.
no, you. I've
Nope.
got a bung hip. Would
Oh,
be the
bung
way
hip.
to say it.
Yeah.
I've got a bung leg. I've got a bung elbow.
would say
Trying to
bum.
learn.
But this is good. You learn by using it wrongly.
No, it just makes me use it wrong the next time.
Juwan is absolutely fearless. That's why it's so fun to do this with Juwan, because he doesn't hesitate. He just like
I
boom,
know.
first thing in his mind.
JT's trying to say something, but
Oh, I just say a bum leg in the South.
He's calling from the cactus.
his
He's into cactus.
He's in the couch.
I wanted to hear what he had to say.
Wi-Fi is bung. He's got bung Wi-Fi.
Correct, John.
I had to switch it around. It's kind of like when you learn adjectives in another language. You got to put the adjectives last or something. Okay, bung Wi-Fi. Got it.
So
Got it.
if your TV's cactus, it's broken. Another phrase you could use is if something dies is to say it's carked it. So see, okay, I'll write it. Hold on.
Type it out, please.
Cactus with ED.
YouTube's gonna
Like a bird or a pet or something.
Like
no.
JT's internet.
carked it.
Yes, it just
No,
carked it. His internet
Yeah.
just carked it. That was
I
so
know how it
nice
feels.
to give us an object lesson right then.
All of you people sending us emails, it's CARK.
CARK.
Yeah.
Yep.
Karka.
Carked.
Carked it.
Karked.
Sounds weird when I put an American R in it.
Cocked.
Gack it.
Carked it. Yeah.
Get a
Kark
cack
it.
Oh,
It means it died.
yeah.
It died. Cocked
Cocked
it.
it.
He cacked it.
Oh, the fish cocked it.
The fish carked it. TV
The koala.
carked it. It's cactus.
The koala cocked it.
I'm so tempted to tell my koala not jokes right now. It's not funny.
Oh,
We can go for one.
I think if you
Yeah.
tell the jokes, they will be
I
funny.
can go for one.
Okay. But they're not jokes. I hope you guys know what not jokes are.
Oh, yeah.
Nope. I don't.
Okay.
I only know jokes.
We have-
Why did the koala fall out of the tree?
I don't know. Why did the koala fall out of the tree?
Because he cocked it.
he cocked it.
Because it was dead. That's correct.
Hey, John got it. You get extra points for using
Why
it.
did
Yeah.
the second koala fall out of the tree?
Mhm.
He was holding on to the first koala.
He was stapled to the first koala.
I was going to say stapled, but
Why did the
Stake.
third koala fall out of the tree?
Mhm.
Third koala?
hmm
Because autumn hit.
What?
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
yeah, pressure.
Why did the man fall off his pushy?
Well, there was a ute in his way.
He was hit by a fallen
Just
koala.
like,
You were hit by a dead koala.
yay!
Love it.
Hooray! Hooray! Why would you hesitate to tell those jokes? Those are fantastic.
I
Those
found no people, guys. I found
Yeah.
no people.
They don't fly in Australia, but here in America.
Yeah, we eat that stuff up. We eat up dead koalas here in America. We can't get enough of it.
That's right.
Do we have time for any more, John?
Yeah, we got time for another one.
Got time for one more?
We're all out of time, and then we got to go to the AFERT party. But we can do one more as
Okay,
a
so I know you-
bonus.
You did have some trivia, I think, didn't you?
I did. Do you want to do the trivia?
I don't want to steal all your thunder. Just some of it.
Well, you've stole most of my thunder.
You
No, I
realize,
just had-
you know, we just keep generating more, even just when we have conversations. So,
We're never going to run out. The only reason I had the trivia set aside was in case we ran out. In case we ran out of words to say, which I should have known better. So yeah, let's do one more. Let's do one more phrase.
okay.
We'll save trivia for
let me
next
write
time.
this- Let me write this down. If someone's hacking on you, what are they doing?
Hacking on you.
Insulting you, talking behind your back.
It's a good natured ribbing. Hey, stop
Yes!
laughing on me.
Yes,
Oh,
Juan, you just nailed that straight out
Oh
of the
no. I was making it up. Because other people were saying coughing. I was like, okay, it's not coughing. That was my first guess.
broken clock is right twice a day, Juan, and you nailed that straight out.
Alright.
It's good natured ribbing. Someone's hacking on you. If they start like teasing you or making fun of you, and then you kind of go, "Hey, can you knock that off?" And then they just go, "Hey, I was only hacking on you."
Yeah.
That's what we do on this show every single week.
right. A lot of hacking.
All the time.
A lot
We
of
hack
hacking.
on each other all the time, and we're not even Australian.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's that's probably why we found each other, guys. Just like attracts like.
All those borders, all those cultural borders, our language barriers, we just hopped right over them.
It's all coming down.
Yeah.
Roasting knows no boundaries.
It's true.
There's no borders
hacking.
with hacking.
Hacking
Yeah.
is
Hacking
the
borders.
hacking is the universal language.
It's not
It
love.
brings us
Hacking
all
is the new
together.
roast.
Mhm.
Hacking is the new roast.
Unites us. All right, gosh, it's always so much fun, and it always flies really fast when Jasmine comes on. So, are you going to be able to stick around for the AFERT party, or do you have responsibilities, Jasmine?
Absolutely. I'm keen to hang around for the AFERT party.
Yeah.
He's keen for it.
I'm
Keen.
keen.
She's keen.
That was
All
only
right, that's our that is our show for this
party
week.
for a fang.
Is that right? Yeah. No.
No, not really.
I'll take it.
Okay,
for-
well, it's time for the snappy
Thank you
wrap
for
up.
fine.
Stop distracting me. I don't know how the snappy wrap up is going to work this week. Our producer will magically appear and tell us.
Nope.
when she
No, we cannot hear our producer. We can't hear her
Here's a snappy wrap up, though.
voice. Can't hear you.
Oh.
What happened?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah,
got
now I can.
Hey.
My microphone almost fell off the desk earlier and I caught it and I must have flipped it off when I did.
Amateur.
Anyway, I said, I don't know if the producer is here, but I'm taking over for her today.
Mhm.
Good job.
Um,
Good job.
Thank
And-
you.
today, first of all, Corey Hall wants to know how to become part of the super secret club, which I assume means the comedy click.
Yeah, the comedy click. So glad you asked. It's almost like a plant, isn't it? But we didn't ask him to do that. Yeah, if you go to johnbrandy.com and become a member of the comedy click, there's a button there that will take you there. You can pick your level of support all the way from 0 all the way up to $1 million a month.
Flat out like a lizard drink.
Flat out like a lizard. And yeah, that's how you do it. We would love to have you join our merry band.
If you've joined the
Join us.
comedy click, you can get a link to the AFERT party on the members homepage.
You also get the privilege of buying this invisible koozie.
It's magic. It's magic.
There you go. There it is. That's what it is.
It's green, right?
It's green
Yeah.
normally.
You're-
We're going to get the after show started here very soon.
The actual koozie is not see-through like this, but it'll keep your drink cool. And that's only available to Click members too. So
Today's snappy wrap up, I'm going to have Jasmine and Juwan.
All right.
Yeah.
That means we're gonna say goodbye to John. Goodbye,
Bye.
Brian.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And I can't find JT's screen. There he is. Bye,
He's
JT.
immune. He cannot be destroyed. Oh.
See them all at the AFERT party. And the two of you are just going to read the credits in your best Australian accents. I it won't be too difficult.
Jasmine's best Australian. That's great.
It
What a
won't
challenge.
be too hard for I gotta pull up my video here. For those of you who've never seen this before, it's going to go really fast, and they're going to read as much of these.
Whatever you can get. Get what you can get. I was going to make her do a redneck accent.
That
Well, I could try. You could do the Australian redneck.
Nah, we'll do it. We'll go. Okay, you go.
Thank you everybody for watching the quarantine show. You can check out the Comedian Next Door podcast on FLNetwork.com. It's great because reasons.
Yeah, don't forget Troy Baltus and Amber Bradley and Beth Brubaker and the lizard that's drinking and all the. Well, you should be at AK with Comics because it's awesome. You go.
We want a special shout out to Rachel King, Julie King, Josh Klingschler. I didn't get that name.
You love Brian because he's got great impressions. He can do a better Australian accent than I can.
Thank you to Heather Reba, Stephen Peters, and you can find Juan DeWeaver at castingcrowns.com.
It's your sister and Jasmine. It's right there. The best thing about Jake.
JT at johnthomasoaks.com.
It is great. And there's Tracy Trost. I almost said toast, but New York. And then we'll say something memorable like, don't run your pushy into the ute this time, right?
Don't come any guts, guys.